big swings in big swings in answer for gold in the last couple of weeks. What are we seeing this week, Ash?
Yeah, so last week we did choose gold as a potential trade for something to get on board with last week, and I really wanted to watch how that situation developed. And there are some significant signs this week. So when we look at, because we're always trading gold, obviously against the dollar, that's how it's priced certainly on our MT4. And if we look at what's happened with the dollar, everybody knows what the price action is. It pushed right up to a sell zone. It pushed up to a point of resistance. And the COT data, look at this, 157% shorts were added from Tuesday to Tuesday. So Tuesday from the prior week to Tuesday of last week, 77% of shorts were added. We didn't really see the price action take off with something like gold, which I thought was maybe a little bit concerning. But what we're seeing really with what's going on with the dollar is that these positions that may well have been taken, particularly in gold and the yen, should probably be held on to. So it's not really suggesting this week that initiating anything new that has already moved would be that wise. But it is saying that, if we've already got those positions on, particularly against the dollar, if we are trading gold, and maybe as you talk about the safety, maybe that would edge us towards the yen. Holding on to those positions looks like the right thing to do. So let's have a look at the seasonal pattern on the dollar as well. So we see the 6-month index down to 0. So that's suggesting near-term negativity with the dollar. The 18-month index is around about 33%, which is really a no man's land. I don't really like to read it when it's not at an extreme. So that's nowhere near extreme. And the 53% is not at an extreme either. So that's the 36th month. So on the longer term, we're not really getting the messaging that we need to know what to do with the dollar over the course of the year. But certainly in the near term, it's suggesting that some weakness should come back in with the dollar, and will probably stay within the range that we've been in, albeit with a broader range now that we've managed to take off. So the seasonal pattern on the dollar throughout July is weak as well. We see that around about the first week, we do start to dip down right the way through to August. Then there's this sideways kind of movement right the way through until around about the end of September. So looking at the seasonals, we're looking at the weaker dollar. Looking at the COT data in the near term with this 157% shorts, which is extreme. That's a big number. With that added to the shorts, that is suggesting that the dollar will be weaker in the near term. Now we compare it with a couple of those defensive plays like gold. Well, gold has managed to pop up to the 80% mark on the 6th month and 89% on the 18 month as well. So looks like there's some positivity now starting to pick up the pace with gold. As I say, we did pick into it last week, and it's suggesting that we should hold on to those positions, particularly when we look at the seasonals. This is the absolute opposite so it's the inverse mirror, if you like, to what we saw with the dollar, where in July we really do start to ramp it up into August, and then a proper explosive move right up until near the middle of September as well. So we were looking at the dollar around about the end of September. Looks like gold around about the middle of September will continue its rally. So we're looking at gold long, dollar short in accordance to the COT data. And we will just have a quick look at the yen, because the yen is something that we've been interested in now for a few weeks. And it's still very, very positive. 6 month is at 100%. The 18 month is at 100%. The 36 months at 78%. Now, I like to see it go over 80 to get that kind of more extreme area. So it's not quite at the 80, but that is bullish enough when we take into consideration what's going on in the 6 month and the 18 month to suggest that we should stick with that long yen analysis and that long yen bias. Looking at July, it's a little bit flat, but it's already come up from a pretty good place from June. But then again, August right the way through to around about September, the yen does have another leg potentially to the upside when it comes down to what we're looking at with the seasonals. Same with the weighted average as well, which would pick up around about the middle of July, right up until the peak looks like around about the middle of August. So to summarize on this, we are looking at short dollar, and we're probably looking at short dollar specifically, trading it against long with gold and sticking with the long with the yen if we are on board with those. That will wrap that up.
Cheers, Ash. Thank you very much for that. More information on that in the Strategy Bias group. I think Trade of the Week will be in there with some numbers as well, right?
Yes, it will. Yeah. I'll be looking at the trade of the week, and I will update that by the open of the market tomorrow.
Cheers, Ash. Thank you.